Well, it's early on a Friday morning, and we're joining our favorite man down in Gqeberha, MX, for today's show. We've re-entitled the show, Let's Get the Show on the Road, because that's exactly what we do with MX down in Gqeberha. But the big news this morning is the fact that whilst it may not be raining now, you guys have had a bit of rain in the last week, MX, and that means that at the moment they're doing a track inspection. A few minutes ago, they started the track inspection. So this meeting may move to the poly today. We'll know in the next 10 minutes, hopefully during our call.
Oh, okay. That's the good morning, Nico. Good morning. How are you, man? Yeah, that's the news. Just hearing from you. I never knew anything about that. Yeah, it was raining on Wednesday, Tuesday. It was raining, but yesterday there was no rain yesterday, and today the sky is open. So maybe it's possible, if you say so, if the track would be changed to a poly track.
Okay, well, we'll figure that out whether or not that happens. I am expecting news in the next few minutes on that. But looking at the card, this Candice Bass Robinson from Cape Town is coming to raid your town. Do you think that she's going to come away with the winners today?
Yeah, if the track is going to be changed, Nico, I think it's going to be difficult for her to get a win. As you saw last week, we had some Cape Town Raiders who came here and then got nothing. So if the track is going to be changed today to poly track, it's going to be the Cape Town horses, and I don't know if they will race or they will scratch their horses. But if we race on the turf track, yes, she can have a couple of wins. But now, at the moment, we don't know what's going to happen with the track. If they're going to change the track, it's going to be too hard for her.
Well, last week you gave us that horse of Sharon Kotzon's that was heavily backed. There was lots of money for that horse, and you were spot on the money there because no one knew about that horse, but MX did. You must have known something.
No, as I told you last week, Nico, that that race is a weak race. I know those kind of the horses like two. Who was that? It was Too Fine, eh?
Yes.
Was that? I think it was. Yeah, I know those horses. Those kind of the horses which are very weak. Like the performance of those horses were too low. So I had to pick that horse because I saw it's the first time of Sharon Kotzon. I was like, okay, fine. I had to go with my guts to say this horse is gonna win, and that was good. The horse was too good for the horses.
Far too good. Jeez, it won comfortably. 5-6 lengths. It was very, very easy. Now the news has come through. Nadine Low-Arkey has just messaged me that it is definitely moving to the poly track. So you can tell your people that you're picking up from the airport that it has moved to the poly track. I'm sure they would have known anyway. That changes matters substantially, which means firstly that the betting that Nina and I went through last night will not take effect. They'll change all the betting, all the form moves around. So they do move to the poly track today. It's hard now for me to ask you because I know that you would have studied for the turf, not studied for the poly. But just in terms of the poly track itself, obviously you're going to look for lower draws and horses that show quite a bit of pace. Did you have any thoughts on anything today on the poly track, or is it just a lost cause for us to continue this interview?
Yeah, no, Nico, to be true, I never thought of the poly track because I thought the weather yesterday, the whole day it was clear, and then today is clear. So I never thought they would change the track to a poly track. So everything I was doing due to the turf track.
Yes.
But anyway, that's like what happened. Remember last time it happened that we had a meeting change in the morning, but even though my starting were good, I never went out. So yeah, I can continue to.
Okay, so let's continue. This first race, this Candice Bass Robinson horse, obviously yet to run on the poly, but Matsuyama is the favorite here. But there's been lots of money for the first time, a badge of honor, number 2. Now we don't know what scratchings are going to happen yet, but what do you think in the first race?
Yeah. Since the track has been changed now, I think the first race I was going with Matsuyama. But now I'm gonna go with Indie View, which is number 6, Louis Mxotwa. Yeah, I don't know, Nico, about any scratching because they like to do some scratching when
Yes, but obviously we're doing this
change.
at 7:45. We're doing this at quarter
Yeah.
to 8 in the morning, so people will bear that in mind and know that what difficulties we're dealing with, because it's just been announced that the changes is happening. Yeah.
Exactly.
So
So
you like Indy View, and you think Indy View on that run to Sandbank? Because I was looking at number 1 Admiral's Chance, because I thought number 1 Admiral's Chance back on the poly, even though it ran 6.5 lengths behind, also had a bit of a chance, maybe, or not.
Yeah, Nico, I'm changing to number 6 Indy View to beat number 1. That is Admiral Chance. And then I'm going with number 7. I'm gonna include number 7.
Yeah.
I have to include number. I don't know how it's gonna run, but I'm gonna include number 7.
Yeah, you have to, I think.
Yeah, as well as number 6. Number 6. So it's 617. Yeah, 617. 617.
Okay, let's go on to race 2, a maiden plate fillies and mares. This is over 1,200 meters. Once again, Candice has got Echo of Life with Elder Domea on it, number 9. A good enough draw over the 1,200 meters. What did you feel here?
Yeah. My first choice here was Rhythm of the Rain, correction.
Yeah, number 1. Yeah.
Yeah, that was my first choice. So I think I will have to stick with the Rhythm of the Rain. Yeah.
Okay.
I will stick that was yes to beat number 9. Then number 4, St. Patrick's Day. I think St. Patrick's Day knows the polytrack.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm going with St. Patrick's Day for the 3rd, and then for the 4th, I'm gonna go with Back to Formentera.
Yeah, number 3. I just also wanted to mention number 8, Yemaya, which was left on debut. It was lost a lot of ground at the start, but I saw it running on to Psychedelic Eric. So I thought she might improve back on the poly, because she did run that first race on the poly, Yemaya.
Exactly.
Okay,
it might be.
The 3rd race is a maiden plate over 1,200 meters. There again, Candice had the hot favorite Charlie Croker, number 9. Again, the polytrack, but it is drawn well at 4. So would you be sticking with Charlie Croker here?
It's a tough one. It's a tough one, Nico. It's a tough one. But my worst here was number 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, number 9 was my first choice here in this race. But now, as things getting changed for Charlie Croker, I'm not sure with the poll, but let me just stick with the Charlie Croker. Yes, so I'm gonna go with 9183.
9-1, Uncle George 2nd. 8, Victor of Dubai. 3 is Absolute Noir. I think with the Alamite change, maybe number 2, Global Mark, might appear on the scene as well for Jean Nel. I see its runs on the polytrack haven't been too bad. Global Mark.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, Nico.
Okay,
yeah, but
let's move to race 4. It's a big field for the fillies and mares 68 handicap. There's lots of horses here with chances. This was not easy. I think that Nino actually last night went for Hilarity, number 5. But what is your feeling on race 4?
I was also going with Hilarity to beat Miami Beach. Then Big Sky Country, and then closing with Louis Van.
Louis Van, number 12. What's your feeling now on Paris Opera, even though with a big weight? Paris Opera back on the poly.
Exactly. Now Paris Opera back on poly.
Yeah.
Now you have to include Paris Opera.
Yeah.
You have to put, because I think Paris Opera knows the polytrack very well. So yeah, but with the weight, I don't know. The weight is a bit too much.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's gonna be good on the polytrack, but I will stick with all my first choices. I'm not gonna change that.
Okay. Right, that's your take on race number 4. Let's go to number 5, a Pinnacle Stakes over 1,100 meters. They might change the distance on this, but this was Glacier Gold's race. What did you like in Glacier Gold's race?
That's race number 5. No?
Yeah. Well, Franca likes the poly, doesn't it? Carrying 62.
Yeah. Now, if it's polytrack, I'm gonna bank a Franca.
Yeah.
Yeah, on a polytrack, I know the horse is very good on a polytrack, so I'm gonna bank a Franca.
Yeah.
To beat number 7. Purple Merchant, ne?
Purple Merchant. Yeah, now with
so,
Gavin Smith.
Yes, Franca to beat number 7. Then we go with Green Light Girl, number 5.
Yeah.
And then Glacier Gold.
Okay. Right, so that's the look on
Remember,
race.
remember this wasn't my first choice. Now I'm giving Franca to win the race because the track has been changed to the poly track. So now I'm Franca to win the race.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to the 6th race, Fillies and Mares 66 handicap. This is over a mile. What did you fancy here in race number 6?
I was fencing number 8, Aeon Adjust.
Yeah, strangely you say that because Nino also liked that. It was a big price, 12 or 14 to 1.
Yes, I was fencing that was now things getting changed. I don't know if I can change my choice.
Yes.
Yes, remember even last time Oprah Swing ran a very good race with Shannon Devoy.
Yes, Shannon Devoy at the ripe old age of 63 was booting them home when I was commentating there at the beginning of the month.
Yes.
That opens it up, I think, this race, but that still runs well on poly, Orion of Address. There's that one run, it didn't run badly, and it was running on nicely last time.
Yes.
Yeah.
So on that race, in race 6, I'm gonna go my choices, but I will go with Tara's horse, which is Floris Ryan Manga to win the race.
Number 2.
Beat number 8. Yeah, number 2 to beat number 8.
Yeah.
And then number 1 and 6.
Ubiquitous.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
2, 8.
2, 8, and 1 for MX in race number 6. Let's move on to race 7, another pinnacle. This is over 1,900 meters. Well, this is where Divine Odyssey was running. Divine Odyssey going for 5 wins in a row. Do you think he can do it on the poly track? Run well on the poly.
Yeah, it runs well on the poly, and also we also have Grazing the Grass, which runs very well on the poly track.
That's right.
I don't know, but
that's right.
Yeah, but if Divine Odyssey is gonna run, I think I'll have to go with Divine Odyssey to beat Grazing the Grass.
Yeah.
Then Assured.
Assured number 13 with a low weight.
Yes, and then Mamarasi.
And Mamarasi. So basically 1, 4, 13, and 3 are MX's numbers there, but Divine Odyssey is the class in the race. Got Carl Stradham, the regular rider, back on. He hasn't lost on it yet. And I don't think, I think with the move to poly will suit Divine Odyssey there, race 7. Okay, we move on to the last of the day, race 8, due for just before 4 p.m. It's a merit-rated 72 handicap, 1,000 meters. Nino made on the road again his best bet. I think now that it's moved to the poly, he wouldn't because there's an unknown factor there. But what did you like in the last?
Yeah, my first choice was also on the road again to beat Razor Red, but I'm definitely sure that Razor Red will be scratched because Razor Red never runs on poly track.
Yes.
Never runs on poly. So I think Razor Red will be scratched. But now I will go with number 13, Spanish Fort, to beat number 4, Line of Power. Then on the road again.
Yeah.
And then the last one would be Jaguar Cat.
Okay, so 13, 4, 3, 11. What are your numbers there? 13, 4, 3, 11 are the horses to look out for with the change in the surface. We're obviously going to get scratchings throughout the course of the morning. We're doing this show just before 8 o'clock, just before MX picks all the relevant people up that he needs to from the airport and takes them off to Fairview. But you say the weather's good there today, MX, so no problems with the weather today. It should hold out. But unfortunately, for those that studied on the turf, it has definitely moved to polytrack now.
Yeah, Nico, the weather is perfect. The weather is very perfect. Perfect. Yeah, it's only that some horses will be scratched because of the polytrack. Yeah, but the one horse that I know is going to be scratched is the Razor Red.
Yeah.
Because I've been telling the horse every time when they change the poly, she scratches the horse.
Yeah.
Every time they change the poly, she scratches the horse. So I think the horse is going to be scratched as well. Razor Red.
Now
if it runs time on polytrack, Razor Red.
Now, final question this morning is next week is the running of the Gold Cup over 3,200 meters in Durban. You see Nebras, Blackthorn, the two Tarry horses, but you'll see Mike de Kock's Aragosta. Have you had any look at the Gold Cup field yet, which was announced just yesterday? Have you had a look yet?
I haven't, Nico, but I think Blackthorn is my first choice there.
Yeah.
On the July day, it was a good run. Yeah, I think Blackthorn to beat Aragosta, then Nebras. Even though the last run for Nebras was a bit disappointing. Yeah, but Nebras and Nebras and Blackthorn, they always take each other, and Nebras always comes out tops.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I'll give Blackthorn. I think Blackthorn is fit enough to win that race.
Okay. Well, you take care, MX. Thanks so much for your input on the show today. We really appreciate your time. I know that you've got a busy morning doing all the transport for the jockeys and so forth, but we look forward to speaking to you again next week with our show that we've created with you, and people are really enjoying it. So keep up the good work.
Yeah, I see that people
they're really enjoying it. We've entitled it "Let's Get the Show on the Road" because that's exactly what we talk about with him. He's always on the road when we're chatting to him. So thanks very much, MX. Look forward to chatting to you next week.
Thank you, Nico. I'm just almost at the airport now. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, everyone.